Hello, and thank you for tuning in. Today, we're going to be revisiting Monero and its valuations against Bitcoin. Now, if you like the videos I make on this channel, be sure to hit the like button down below and also consider subscribing. We've been covering Monero pretty frequently the past few weeks, and it's in due part of my recent position. Uh, I bought a position in Monero not relatively too long ago, and it was in the time of specifically around here when it revisited the lows of the summer around here. I thought it was a good buy in respect to a lot of the other altcoins at the time, and I opened up a position, and we're starting to see that reward come in from that risk. Um, Monero right now against Bitcoin is trading at around 0.008, is up, roughly 4%, 3.5% against Bitcoin. Uh, and this is something that's to be expected. Uh, do I think it will, it will continue on at this trajectory? Who knows? It's a pretty stark incline. But and when we look at the weekly charts, we see that this past rally was pretty bombastic as well, especially in the latter weeks coming to near the top, where we get 10-12% gains. However, this past week we saw a 15% gain on Monero against Bitcoin, which is pretty phenomenal. So I'm pretty excited to see what this week has in store. Um, I'm not too concerned about daily price moves because even as we saw in the last rally, we saw many retracements, many red candles along the way. It wasn't as consistent move up, so to speak. However, when we flip it to the weekly, it becomes much more clearer. And so this is where I kind of really want to take a look and keep my eye on when looking at Monero. And we're currently up on the week. Uh, and Monero continues to be the contrarian coin that we made the statement of just last week. Um, when majority of all coins are down, Monero seems to be one of the few that are up, and this is something that's great. It helps you hedge your bets. I think when you have coins like Monero, I think it's a good idea to have, not equal proportions, but some of your portfolio in a coin like Monero, simply because it offsets some of the risk you might take with other altcoins. Um, and right now that seems to be the best bet. That might change, obviously, um, in the coming months into the upcoming of 2021. But for now, it seems to be a good move at this point, with Monero up, 3.5, 3%, coming off of a high weekly gain of last week of 15%. However, the big question remains: is this move going to be the same move that we saw that propelled Monero up to 0.02 Bitcoin? That still remains to be seen, and I think it's, again, too early to tell. The first stop, obviously, is to break the level that we saw in past. So around this line here, I can make an actual line actually. Um, this line here, that would be the first stepping point. That would be the first target that I would have, and depending on how quick we get there, um, I would consider selling a portion of my Monero up at that level. But we will definitely see. Um, my bet is still that we revisit these highs shortly, and we will revisit these highs before Ethereum makes its move. And before Bitcoin makes its move past its prior all-time high. However, that can definitely change. We're currently trading at 19.1 on Bitcoin. I made a very extensive video on how Bitcoin moving above the $20,000 mark is not as clear as what people might think, or might not be as a sure thing at this very moment. But I don't want to discount the fact that that could happen, and is again the reason why I have money in Bitcoin still, because I do expect it to go up. The time frames I'm not so sure about, but when we look at price history, it really seems that Monero is the first one to make a move, a bombastic move at that, where in this case from the relative lows to the candle body, we saw Monero jump about 1,200%. Now I don't see us making that move, but say for example at the lows of what we had to the top there, it's about a 229% move. So we'll definitely see how this plays out, and I'm fairly excited. Um, uh, Stay safe, stay strong, and with Monero, we're just in the beginnings of it. You can even argue that we're still in some form of accumulation, um, seeing this here with a short-term bubble at that during that reaccumulation. But we'll definitely see how this plays out. Again, first target's going to be about 0.01 Bitcoin, and then ultimately the next target is 0.02. I would probably I'll make a video on my selling strategy with Monero, but my initial thoughts is odds are I am going to be selling at the 0.01 level first, and then I think around last would be two 0.2, 0.25. I don't know if we'll ever make it back to 0.03. Bitcoin, we'll definitely see. It could be entirely possible, but I mean, in respect to my portfolio, I don't have as much Monero as some other people in the space. So with the little position that I have in respect to my overall portfolio, I don't necessarily want to make as many selling points as say I do with Ethereum or Bitcoin. Odds are it's going to be maybe 1, 2, and then a Hail Mary 3, let's say. Anyway, that's my quick update with Monero. We're doing really good, and it's kind of just like a wait and see. I'm not buying any more Monero at this point. I have my position. I'm letting it ride, and I'm letting it ride to to 0.01 and beyond. And if it does dip back down, I'll make a consideration to potentially buy more. But at this price level and how quickly we gone up here, I'm okay with my position right now. Talk to y'all later. Bye bye.